Well, good morning. Almost at 600 subscribers, but thought I'd show how a hardwire Bachman Spectrum tender. And you disassemble the trucks, which I've already done. Pardon me. And then you can see I pull the tender trucks apart, and I grab the T's that come out of the frame and put them in here. I put the cups, the pickup cups are on the outside up here. They stick to the outside of the truck, so I put my wires on that end of the truck T here. The scratching is to allow for the solder to grab. They don't need to be bent, they stay straight. That's step one, getting that prep done. Step two, the tender frame has an issue with, it doesn't like to stay in contact. And the trucks are in there. See where this one here, if you can see it or not, is bent up already. This is from the, it's from a little bit of use, not too many months of use in this 10-wheeler. And this is the, formerly the 2020 Pennsylvania, now it's the NPNBH number 10, getting a little upgrading. So I'm going to take this, my sprue cutters, and cut off that little tab right there. Doesn't matter if you bend it, it's just going to get it go away. That, get it out of the way. This little guide pin for the tab. There you go. Those are useful little phosphor bronze tabs for other projects, but not today. This morning we're just going to do the one thing. I'm going to refit this from the Bachman basic sound free DCC to Loc Sound 5. The Bachman 10-wheelers by Spectrum was their first real Spectrum. Steam engine that was successful, and it was a wonderful little engine. They go and they go and they go and they go and they go. And I've had, when we ran number 11, I burned its motor out once. After I ran it for a lot of years and overloaded it more than once. I'm going to take a little bit of paste flux. We're going to put some on here and here. Tin those two. These are mounted on plastic here, so I've already cut off the bosses that held on the original Bachman. DCC board, which we're not going to use again. So then each one of these are my wires. Red and black will be 2 red and 2 black. The red go on the right side, of course. I'm going to get tinned. Yes, my workbench is a cluttered mess, so they say that means something. Yes, I'm drinking coffee, not very much yet. Being this is plastic, you want to make it a quick touch. So, there, we got that touched. Now we'll take any one of these, doesn't matter. They're not specific, they're all the same. A little bit of tin, flux, solder. see, yep. And okay. It's a little larger surface area, so they argue just a little bit about getting tinned. Not too much. Use a straight pin for a tool. Bring my flux over. Until I haven't had much coffee yet. I've always been real shaky when it comes to delicate work, and yet I've managed to successfully do the delicate work. Even in the Navy, I was called a custom painted guy's earmuffs for their own, personal desires, and they called me Shaky Jake when I was painting. Guys would sit there and watch me paint them and just draw a straight line with a paintbrush and be shaking like a leaf on a tree. It's funny. We learned to overcome some stuff. You just do it, I guess. This one's really arguing with me here. There we go. Now we got it part. Now we got it tinned there. He did not want to play. Sometimes they just do that and they argue with you. That's okay. You just argue bigger and longer and they win. And you win. Ooh, don't need that much flux. Try to add solder on it. There it is. And then I get quiet. I'm concentrating. Sorry. Happens. And one to go. Then we'll solder on a couple of wires. And one of them put together enough to put it up and through and show you how little wire you need inside the tender. Don't need a lot. Just enough. The thing I found is it's happening in 12. I got to resolder 12. I hardwired his tender. I'll show you that in the picture. Pick him up and show him to you. I'll pick it up and show it to you in a minute. But that the too much stuff in there gets in the way. See, there's the coffee cup. Too much stuff in there gets in the way, compresses the hardwire. You see here, hardwired these ones. There's a little bit of wire here in the main pickup for the tsunami decoder. You can see where I cut this off here and ran the wire. Doesn't need more than that, but when you got them in there and you put all this other extra stuff in there, I had too much resistors in here. This was an early exam test. I kept the resistor for the LEDs and put one main resistor on the blue. Common, well, you only need one main resistor on the common. And since all I use are the same LEDs, the same brightnesses. So being that way, I only need the one resistor. I can get rid of these and get rid of a lot of the bulk in here, which will help a lot. I haven't done that yet because it involves cutting off all that shrink tube, and that's never fun. So to help myself now, instead of pliers, I get my handy dandy little, what do you call it, alligator clip thing, holder, and we'll go back here, pick one of these up, put it in the holder, turn it where I can use it, there we go, and we'll solder us a piece of wire to it. Oh, don't look like I missed one. I didn't get that one there tinned. I think I must have tinned one of them twice. So I always use this for the tinning, this as well. Okay, I'm going to take this red wire and we'll put him on there. Doesn't take long. Like that. Now we'll do us a black one. Assemble the truck. Oh, I see it when I go hitting my camera. That was nice of me. Let's put the soldering iron. Well, that wasn't very nice of me. Yeah, stuff happens in my world like that. Alright, now we'll try that again without hitting the camera with the soldering iron. And once you got it soldered, we'll do a quick pull test. Make sure those are good. Cut that out the way. I'll probably edit out that oops. Then you thread the wire through the truck frame like that. Pull the T back into place. See where the truck frame is here. Thread the wire through it. T back into place. Pardon me. Get the pliers out. This has been a tricky part for some people. You got the wheel put back inside here. Pick one cup, hold it in place, and just kind of gently push and squeeze, and it will go back in there. Some pressure. It does take some pressure. It's Delrin plastic, so pretty pliable. Second side is a little more fun. Don't panic when the T comes out of place. like that one did. And this one wants to fight. Oh, of course. Okay, come on. Come on. Sometimes you just gotta force it. Come on now, you're being a pig. You're being obstinate. Well, that was good. That was a completely obstinate one there. You don't want to play at all. So we'll try again. Grab the first wheel. Put it in place. Like anything N scale, it's going to be a little fiddly. I thought I had a pretty good technique for these, but this one just wants to fight and not play. Try the other way around. The other way. Oh, there we go. Maybe. And got one. I'll try the other direction. There. Now we got those in to place. We got our wires back in straight up. All that abuse, and they're still there, and they're still free. So now you take the trucks. Again, this is the front of the tender. This is the engineer side. That's the side the red goes into first. It's the engineer side. The back truck. And the black one goes on the red one. Tire fireman side. So there's plenty of wire to play with while you're working. You can give it a final trim when we get it in place. Use the fingers to pull the wire through, and you get the truck in place where it belongs. Everything spins free. And that tender screw in. We'll solder it in place. We'll screw it in place. And solder away. Well, you all seen how they end up soldered. So that's what we'll do when we get to that point. So there you go. Almost 600 subscribers. Little how-to video. More fun and adventure.